Well, hello folks, it's BG and welcome back to the channel. We're doing a final on the Sleigher T kit that we got from VCG Resins and Scale Speed Garage. This was the box here, and that was a very inspirational photo on that. Loved it. It was just got my juices flowing. I couldn't resist. I had to dig into this thing and get going because I was just so jazzed about it. I never built anything like this before because this is a 100% 3D printed kit. I do have a couple other 3D printed kits in the stash, but this was the first one that I tackled. I just something about being a holiday build just made me want to just dig into this. So I sank my teeth into it as far as I could go and started building on this thing. Did a total white glue mock-up and learned all of its tricks and secrets, and then went ahead and started building it up. A couple things we did to this guy a little bit different than what would show up in the kit is we added some headlights from 32 Ford kit that was never going to see the light of day. So we stole those headlights, gave it some eyes, just because, just a little bit of fun there. And then around the back, I'm going to go around the back side here. The kit does come with an extra differential carrier piece there that we attached to the back wall, and then of course stuck a turned aluminum moon tank in there. Got that from ProTech, and yeah, that fit perfectly. I thought that was a good addition there. It was actually suggested by one of our commenters to try that. I was trying to figure out a way to put a hook on the back there so we could carry a bag of presents. The kit was a little more delicate with the suspension and stuff than I thought it would be. So I figured, you know what, it might be a good idea to not have all that extra weight over this delicate rear suspension. And plus, we want to accentuate the rear suspension because it's just really well done. So I thought, well, yeah, let's just put the moon tank on the back there. And the little taillights you see there were actually headlights that came in our thank you box that we got last month. We painted them up to look like tail lights. So we have blinkers and backup lights on there. But I thought that would be perfect, and got them as close as they could to being symmetrical, but a little bit off still, I think. We just white glued those in place, so if it really bothers me enough, I can go back there and change it. But we tried to keep the color scheme to, like, I don't know, like what you would see as classic Christmas ornaments you would see on a tree. Metallic reds, metallic blues, metallic greens, golds, silvers, you know, the whole trick. So the suspension builds up really, really well in the back there. The instructions that I got from the guys were extremely explanatory, and I had zero questions when I built it all up, and it fit together really, really well. So that, thank you guys for that. Appreciate that, having the instructions added in there. The body of the sleigh is actually two different colors. That is, let's see if I chest my memory here. That is Tamiya's TS87 titanium gold with transparent red TS74 over the top of that. One of my favorite color combinations for that type of look. And it's more of like a candy red more than a candy apple, but I just thought that would be the right look for this guy here. Now, I know, like Scott Esty, he comments a lot and also posts on Facebook a lot. He had sent some pictures of his Sleigher T from last year, and he had done the gold trim on the little swoop on the side there. Kudos to you, sir, because I took a look at that and I was like, nope, don't think I have the talent. I'll just let you guys know that I haven't been feeling very well for the last week or so, and just did not feel like I had the ability to go back in there and touch that up. So I left it as is. Of course, later on, after doing all this assembly and everything, I realized, you know what? I could have painted that gold, masked it off, and then actually come back, put the red down, and all that. So, yeah, hindsight 2020, right? Let's see. The frame is TS21. That's just plain old gold. And around front here, we'll see that the radiator has a little bit of a different tint to it. That's because we did some transparent yellow over the top of that to give it more of a brass look. I like that look there. The engine, flathead Ford, one of my favorite type of engines. And they said it has a slash exhaust on it, which is kind of cool. I really like that. But what's slick about this particular engine is it has what's called the jiggler heads. And if you're not familiar with that, that is a modification that was done to flathead Fords cylinder heads where they externally modify the exhaust valves. And the reason for that would be to help with keeping the engine cool, keeping the engine temperatures down. So all the exhaust gases and stuff are running externally from the engine, and you'll notice that it actually has 4 pipes coming off the side rather than 3, because a flathead engine has the center cylinders are Siamese inside the block, and of course, running that heat through there is just going to be bad. So the bad. So it's just that's all I can say is it's bad. But this was a design that was created in order to try and help bring down the engine temperatures and thus give it better horsepower. So instead of like 80 horsepower, you're probably running like 82 horsepower. But still very, very cool. Never seen that before. I just thought it was amazing. And then something we haven't done before is we used on the air cleaners, we used the Revell spray chrome. I like how that looks. On camera, it doesn't really pick up that well. It doesn't look that different than the actual TS88 that we sprayed on the carburetors, the titanium silver. That doesn't look that different, but to the eye, it actually looks a lot better. So I like the discernation on that. Oh, and of course, we did the engine block in green because a lot of flathead Fords are a green color, and this is probably a little bit different shade, but I thought it would go well with the Christmassy colors. The front wheels, we did those with dark iron, I think it's called, from Tamiya. I thought it looked like a good magnesium analog, so we went with that for the front wheels. And yeah, Mrs. BG had some little tiny ornaments that first she used to have a little tree that she put on her desk at work that had since been lost to the histories of time. And we thought, well, we'll just raid that. We asked her, of course. She said nothing in response, so I took it as an okay. So we went ahead and raided those and put a couple little gifty type items inside the car. The teddy bear and the wreath, I think, is perfect. And then around the horn here, we have the steering wheel with the candy canes on there. I decided to do mine in chrome. I use a chrome marker to do those up. And then, of course, the shifter did that in chrome as well. But I just thought that was a fun build. I loved it. I'm so flattered that I got to be one of the recipients of this. And there are several people out there that have theirs and are working on theirs right now. And I'm sure they're going to have just as much fun as I did. So there we go. Once again, thank you to Josh and Chris for the awesome gift. And you guys are the best. All right, y'all, take it easy. Hope you have a good rest of your week, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.